The house on Willow Lane had always been a shadow in Daniel and Claire's lives. The children of their small town whispered about it, daring one another to approach. Its windows were broken, its walls veined with ivy, and its roof sagged like an old man's back. But what frightened people most was the story. 20 years ago, the Hargrove family who lived there had vanished overnight, never to be found. On a chilly October evening, Daniel stopped at the rusted gate, a mischievous glint in his eye. "Bet you're too scared to go inside," he teased. Claire's arms tightened across her chest. "I'm not scared. I just don't want to end up like the Hargroves." Still, her voice shook. Daniel grinned and shoved the gate open. It screeched like a scream. "Come on. Just 5 minutes." Reluctantly, Claire followed. Inside, the smell of rotten mold clawed at their throats. Wallpaper peeled in strips, and a broken chandelier swayed slightly though there was no breeze. Their footsteps echoed, sharp and lonely. "Creepy," Claire whispered. Daniel gestured to the staircase. Upstairs. The stairs groaned beneath them, and at the top stretched a long hallway lined with doors. The first room was a bedroom. The bed was still made, blankets neat beneath a thick layer of dust. On the nightstand sat a cracked photograph of a smiling family. "They look so normal," Claire murmured, brushing dust away. Behind them, the floor creaked. They spun, but the hallway was empty. "How settling," Daniel muttered, though his face was pale. The second door revealed something worse. Curtains hung shredded, and the floor bore strange carvings. Circles and jagged lines burned into the wood. "Daniel, let's leave," Claire whispered. He crouched to examine the markings, eyes wide with fascination. "Looks like a ritual. This is amazing." Before she could protest, a low whisper rippled through the air. Dozens of voices at once, too faint to understand. Claire's heart slammed in her chest. "You heard that?" The door slammed shut. Daniel rushed to it, yanking at the handle, but it wouldn't budge. The whispers grew louder, surrounding them. "Who's there?" he shouted. The temperature plummeted. Frost spread across the walls. From the shadows, something stepped forward. It was impossibly tall, its limbs bent at crooked angles, as if its bones had broken and healed wrong. Its hair hung in thick strands over its face. When it spoke, its voice was jagged, like glass scraping metal. "They never left." Claire screamed. Daniel dragged her toward the window, but the glass had turned black, reflecting only darkness. The creature entered the circle carved into the floor. Its eyes were lidless, pure white. "The family," it hissed. "They fed me. Now you will too." Shadows rippled. Shapes began to appear, ghostly figures, translucent, their faces contorted in agony. The Hargroves. Their mouths gaped in silent screams. Claire's voice cracked. "Daniel, we have to go." He grabbed a broken plank from the floor and swung it at the thing. It passed through harmlessly. The entity only tilted its head and smiled. Its mouth split wide, revealing jagged teeth too many to count. The ghostly Hargroves reached for the siblings. Their hands were icy, brushing their skin. "Help us," one whispered. "No," another wailed. "Run before it takes you too." The creature shrieked. The ceiling light shattered, raining glass. In a frenzy, Daniel lunged for the door again. This time it flung open. He grabbed Claire's hand, and they bolted into the hallway. Behind them, claws scraped the walls. The creature scuttled on the ceiling, spider-like, impossibly fast. They stumbled down the stairs, breath ragged, hearts racing. The front door came into view. Daniel shoved it open, and the siblings burst into the cold night. The gate slammed shut with a metallic clang. The house seemed to sigh, falling silent again. On the sidewalk, they collapsed, gasping. "You saw it, right?" Claire asked, trembling. Daniel nodded slowly. "Yeah, and it saw us too." When they turned back, a pale face peered from the upstairs window, lips twisted into a smile. From that night onward, neither spoke of Willow Lane again. But sometimes, in the still of night, Claire swore she heard whispers outside her window. And Daniel, he began to dream of the circle, drawn in blood, waiting for his return.